And I'll tell you what the process is right now. I just pulled it up. We get leads through our website where they have to fill out a form, or they DM us on social media and ask information about clinics. Just like in healthcare, their first thing is, we'd love to bring you in for a clinic. How much does it cost? Never answer the cost question. And it's not a cost, it's an investment. That's a different conversation.
Well, there we go, right? That's the other great thing. But isn't that great, even from someone who stands to benefit financially from so this, well, this is no different than PT. You stand to benefit financially. So why someone says, I want to spend money with you, how much does it cost? Right. And that's the same thing you're saying, correct?
Yeah.
So it's no different than a PT office, right? Go on. Sorry. I had to clarify that for myself.
For thousands of free posts we have given out, they still don't know what we do. They haven't invested that much time to actually understand what they're reaching out about. They just saw something that piqued their interest and they want to know more. And so I have a button. It's called WordBoard. It's an app on my phone. And in WordBoard, you can put a whole script that you want. And with one tap of the button on your keyboard, it auto populates. So for everybody, our whole sales team has this. We hit that button and it says, hey, fill in the blank their name. Thank you for your interest. Before we talk details, we want to make sure our program is the right fit for your marching band. We would like to get to know a little bit more about your program first. Can you tell us about your situation? What is your band's biggest struggle with physical preparation? How large is your band? That tells us where they're coming at budget-wise without having to ask. That also tells us how many clinicians we're going to need for this band if they want to convert. Question number 3, what problems have you had due to poor conditioning or injuries in the past? Question number 4, what is your goal for your band this coming season? We look forward to hearing from you and speaking to you soon. Best, Dr. L.A. Cleveland, founder of Marching Health.
Is that an email or a message? A message, it could be an email, whatever platform, right?
Yep.
So how long, I want you to go back to the beginning.
Yep.
Your team gets that. They have to pull up WordBoard. They have to do whatever, autofill it, and then message it back. How long does that take?
With it being on an auto,
all of it. Yeah. From picking it up to sending it off.
7 seconds.
Yeah. So in 7 seconds, right? And how many of those people that you and you don't have to give me a number, I'm just speaking high level. How many of those people that you send that to then respond, then move forward, then move forward, then move forward, meaning buy, right, in your sales process, and then buy from you, who would have not responded when you said, I'm going to make shit up. By the way, these aren't real numbers, people. It costs $5,000. Okay, too expensive. Click. And how many of those people then buy from you because of a 7-second investment to go, this isn't, I'm going to say it out loud, this isn't a transaction, this is a relationship.
That's everything. That's the only reason people convert. If you give the price, they're going to say, you know what? We need to buy another trumpet. We don't need Marching Health. I know we will go 0 for 100 if we just put our price out there first. But you hopped on this call earlier and I said, all right, what do I need to talk about on this call? The first thing I wrote down is create relationships. Your first contact with this person is all about building a relationship. And the second point I wrote down is build trust. So you create the relationship. Everything after that is how do you get these people to trust you? And in that first script, we talk emotional, visceral questions. What's your biggest struggle? What's your biggest problem? What is your goal? What are your frustrations? And then we just use active listening. Whatever they say back, we make sure that they send an email back that lists those details. We hop on the phone with them right away when we get that email. And we say, hey, fill in the blank. We'll say Mark, for example. Hey, Mark, we saw that your band is struggling with this, but your goal is to get them to this. Can we have a phone call now to talk through details of what we could do to help you solve those problems? And they never say no. And then at the end, we go through that whole process. That middle process is just conversation. It's just one-to-one relationships. And then I coached our team up on Monday. I asked them, what do you do at the end of that? Once you know what their problems are and how we can solve it, you make a strong recommendation. You know what problem fits or what package level we have that fits that. You aren't underselling, you aren't overselling. I want you to shoot straight down the middle with what the solution is to their problem. And then at the end, if it's kind of quiet, you say, does this sound like what you're looking for? That lets them affirm and say out loud for the first time, yes, that sounds like the solution to my problem. And then if they're kind of awkward or passive about it and there's another pause, you say, how would you like to pay for it? And they say, well, either they say, how much does it cost? Or they say, do you guys take band boosters or school district money? That tells us which payer source we're going to and what the process from details of administration is going to be like. But usually it's how much does it cost? And then we flip that around and we say, the financial investment for this is, and you fill in the blank, and then you shut up. And if you fill in anything else, it is verbal noise. If you give verbal noise, you are confusing the person you're trying to give clarity to. And your job is to remove fears, doubts, uncertainties, and basically create clarity. Your job is to create clarity. And so you just list the price, the cost, the investment, and shut up and let them make their decision.
So if you have a physio clinic and you need help on sales, roll that back because Elliot just rolled out your sales script and process for you. So there you go. All right. You're welcome, everyone. Thank you, Elliot.
We basically took the band terms and we turned that into physical therapy terms and injury recovery terms.
And here we are again. It's the process, not the product. God, I'm going to be preaching this like a mother. Someone, there's so many directions to go here.
Keep going down the marching health.
Yeah, I want to be careful. Yeah, I want, because I just want to say it's process, not product, because again, what Elliot just took through, right? You just replace physical therapy, not physical therapy, but the value that you can deliver to your clients looking to get served by physical therapists. And you have your sales process. So I want people to understand that this sales process is a successful blueprint for growing a physical therapy practice as much as it is for growing marching health, right?
If you'd like to learn more about Strata PT and see how our EMR and RCM works, head over to stratapt.com to book a demo.